Welcome to Roleplay Cafe. It is RPG A Day 2022 and it is August 18th. We are here with Dell Branham. He's pulled over his car to take time out of his busy schedule to answer with me some of these remarkable questions. And we are on 18, correct? Here we go, Dell. Listen up now. Cute. Are you paying attention? Let me see if Dell there. There he is. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's
Oh yeah,
got
I'm
that
here.
serious
I'm
face
here.
on.
Are
Here
we
we
sure
go.
this is the 18th? Okay.
Yeah. Right. We're recording these like bang, 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 so everybody understands that, right? Where is your favorite place to play? We kind of answered this in a way with where would you host your game, but I don't know. I don't know where your favorite place to play is.
Man, if I could go back in time, you know what I mean, and revisit
Base,
where
the
I
basement
was
of your best friend,
back in
right?
the basement, like drop into that, do a quantum leap back in there. That would be great. But
I loved it, and it's a huge part of my childhood with my buddies. But we did everything together. Role playing wasn't near as good as it is now. I mean, we weren't near. I mean, we were kids, so we
yeah,
weren't sophisticated. We weren't there. I wouldn't swap how I've been role playing the last 10 years for anything. Yeah. But go ahead. I didn't
I
mean to
guess.
interrupt you. I hijacked you. Go
Well,
ahead.
no, you're right. You're right. I mean, as far as looking at it rationally,
Yeah.
but I mean, a lot of that has the extra
Right.
aspect of like not necessarily. A lot of times I do it as escapism from real life, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So back then we didn't really have that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like just pass around the pizza and
Yep.
play the game.
Yep.
It was a freedom and an innocence to it that really, I guess, in certain ways we're trying to replicate with
Yeah.
these games.
Sure we
But
are. Yeah.
that was genuine, even if we were flubbing a lot of how to play.
I'm a
and wasn't
firm
trying to
believer,
exaggerate.
man. I am a firm believer. We are meant to play. As human beings are meant to play. We're meant to create and we're meant to play.
Oh yeah,
And I've been
I can
playing my
agree with
whole
that.
life. One way or another, I've been playing my whole life. Yeah, life will crush you down, man, if you don't get out of the enculturated, especially, this enculturated America where you got to punch the clock, you got to make more money, you got to buy a bigger house, you got to have a faster car, you got to be as good as your neighbor. Your neighbor's making this much money, you're supposed to. I don't buy into that shit. So I play more.
Well, well, that's it to me. If I want to tweak this question a little bit, because we've sort of answered it before
Right.
differently, but this is my favorite place to play would be in the headspace of really just being there and enjoying the moment
Yep.
and playing in character and enjoying the company that I have with my friends and whatnot. And that's
Yep.
a headspace.
Yeah, listen,
Is
life's
what I'm
too
trying to.
short, man. You know?
Yeah, that's my favorite place to play.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was going to tweak this question like that, right? Where is your favorite place to play? In character. That's my favorite place to play.
Yeah.
In character, baby. I don't mind that. It's funny though. I've been purposely trying to work on my GMing skills to be less in character and more direct communication for my players. So it's more about them being, free to,
Yeah.
and especially with Dark Age of Man, in a way, the last 2 years that I've been working on these concepts and I've been honing this skill, I've had to break these.
That blurs that line.
Dude, when
Yeah.
I watch the the voice actor for D&D, do his thing, I'm like, when I first saw it, I said, dude, that's me. That's what I do. I sit behind a shield, and I will direct them and tell them, and then they'll say, what do you want to do? And then they would respond, and then I tell them what happens to them, and I tell them, I wouldn't tell them how they feel, but I tell them what happens to them. And I was doing that for 30 years, and it's like it's taken me these, maturing, but trying other games, but it's also taken me this minute to say, wait a minute. I think my communication should be much tighter as a GM. So it's easier for players to either describe in first or third person. I don't care how players play, but I'm beginning to recognize even through that direct kind of meta communication, third person communication, that's actually can be very immersive. It just depends on what we're doing with that information, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I
I think it's a handshake with the players that you have to let them roll and keep active in it and feed off of them and they feed off of you. So there's a balance, because one, a traditional GM can take the reins and
Well,
just
and or
players sit back.
when I do voices, I used to try to do voices and characters, and very often that just cracks people up. They can't help but laugh. It's like it just takes us out of the whole. So it's better when if I just describe Lord Washburn looks at you, Del, and he frowns and he says this instead of trying to be Lord Washburn because
Oh yeah,
right.
I see what you're saying.
So as a
Yeah,
GM now, I'm learning to say, quit being a character, quit talking funny, quit trying to, because I think it just displaces people, right? And locally, even at a local table, people can't help but crack up when you suddenly turn into a goblin, right? And they can be like, "That's fun, it's entertaining," but they can't help but be pulled out of their character because you're suddenly acting like a goblin, right?
yeah,
So I've slowly, as a GM, become more direct, so there's no confusion, and I want people to be in their headspace. I don't know what you're seeing of me as Lord Washburn when I say Lord Washburn's a tall, elegant man who's stern, and and I just tell you what he is, and I do direct questions, let you see what you see, like reading a book,
yeah.
right?
Oh, well, that's what you're supposed to do. Give about three different things of the character, and then
Yep.
because everybody at that table and everybody in their mind's eye is going to envision it the way that they see it,
Yeah.
and you don't have, but that's what we're trying to work on too, is everybody having a community mind's eye, and then when everybody speaks about what they see,
Right.
within arm's length and describing stuff, and
Right.
then it comes alive and in full representation in front of everybody in
Right.
the community.
Well,
So
I've been working on a hot potato concept for 10 years since I come to YouTube. The
yeah,
communication of this online faces, especially with old Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts would bounce around when people would speak or make a noise, and it was so unnerving to me as a GM to be suddenly this stuff flashing that I realized, wow, kind of the hot potato idea of getting it to a player and letting a player run with it, as opposed to me
yeah,
talking for 5 minutes and then saying, what do you want to do? Right.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but anyway, I think we've somehow got off track again, but that's why I love talking to you, man.
Yeah, I know. Just give the players credit too, and they can pick up, and you'd be surprised,
Right.
where they lead and where it goes. But I'm
All
with
right.
you on that.
RPG
Great
a
place.
Day 2022. That was day 18, question 18, and I think we answered it in there somewhere. You're gonna have to watch this back a couple times and prove it.
Slow it down.
We'll be back in a minute with another one, August 19. Thank you for watching.